So this unit I bought for the channel so that we can use some old consoles to convert from the analog RF out to HDMI so that we can capture pictures directly rather than having to point a phone camera at the screen and get terrible pictures. So it's a very simple unit. As you can see, it's got the RF in, power supply and the HDMI out. There's also a USB socket, although I'm not exactly sure what that's for. And this is the sensor for the remote control. Comes with some instructions and a power supply with a converter. This is going to be just a quick review of the unit. I don't want to go too much in depth. I'll go through some of the menus now and let you see how it works. So we've got a picture adjust, we've got a TV menu, audio setup, system settings and timer settings. So let's go through each one just in turn. So you can adjust the picture from the brightness, the contrast and the saturation. You've also got the hue and the color temperature, so you can see that does make a difference as we go there. And the picture mode, so you've got user settings, bright, soft and normal. So changing the picture mode just changes the brightness, color temperature, hue, etc. And you can set up a user-based one if you want to set that up and set this down. So if we go to bright, soft, normal, back to user, so it's saved our settings, so that's good. The next menu is the TV menu. So for each RF input that you want, you have to scan it in. The same as you would on an old analog TV, you'd still have to tune in the RF signal. So you would do that whether it's your console or a video recorder, whatever, you still have to tune it in. So let's go to the manual scan first, I think. And we can have the channel, so there's lots of different channels. I think there's over 100 that you can program things on. You can set the band. There's the search. If we kick off the search, you can see it's just scanning through the different frequencies. So I'll just stop that there. And you can do fine tuning as well. Now, that was the manual scan. The auto scan is just as you imagine. It scans the entire frequency. This just allows you to swap a channel. So if you've got channel 10 as one thing and channel 1 is another, you can swap between the two. So in this case, it would swap between channel 1 and channel 4, and then you confirm it. Sound system is currently set on DK, but normally you would set that to I for use in the UK. Obviously, the other ones there are for the different formats like either NTSC, CCAM, PAL, etc. The audio setup, just quite simple, volume, balance and stereo, nothing too exciting there. And the system settings, so you can look at the on-screen display, so you can set the language, the brightness and the background. Display mode, and you can set it to auto or one of the PAL, NTSC, PAL-N, PAL-M, CCAM. And the display, the output display can either be 720p or 1080p. So the browse mode is an interesting one. It allows you to capture either 4, 9 or 16 frames and display them on the screen, and it just updates every few seconds. So I'll show you a quick demo of that now. Okay, so if we press the preview button, so as you can see, every few seconds it takes another snapshot of the video that's playing. And as we set it to 9, then we see we're going to get 9 pictures. Now it does have to be in either the 16:9 or the full view to see these. So that was just a quick demo there. So in the advanced settings, we've got various settings to do with the picture, and you can change these, so 4:3, 16:9, etc, etc. The blue background is as you see there. It's either off or on. And factory mode allows you to reset it to factory settings. Final menu is the time settings. So this was where you can switch it on, off on various times, set reminders, set the actual clock and the calendar function. So I've never actually used this. And for what I need it for, I'm not going to use this. So that's basically the menus. The other thing you can do is you can use the remote control to change the picture mode. And that's what we saw earlier. So you can go through this without going through all the menus. The other one is you can change it to 1080p or 720p. And the final thing is you can actually make it a 16:9 or 4:3. This is the PCB itself. So we have the LED and the infrared sensor. Going up to the top here, we've got the power coming in, and we've got a voltage regulator. And then on this side, we've got the UHF in, and I assume this is either some kind of microcontroller or some encoder decoder for the UHF signal. A couple of transistors, and this looks like the HDMI encoder. So we've got a lot of the pins here going to the HDMI port. So that's obviously the outputs. Looks like some kind of crystal there. And I suspect this is some kind of character generator, or it's used for the on-screen menus. But I'm not rightly sure. So that looks like an F54285, and then an SY25Q40HD. Yeah, I'm struggling to see what that is actually. Yeah, can't quite make that out. Manual tells you pretty much everything that you need to know. There's some troubleshooting, there's a thing about the timers, some advanced image settings. So everything that you need to know is in here. Is this any good? Well, the short answer is yes. For the price that I paid for it, actually it's a great little unit. Right, that's it. Just a short review today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.